Okay, everyone, this is hakusho here. This took a bit of trying to figure this out, and I actually did have an idea for this one. Now, this is going to be coming out probably 30 minutes after this one came out, somewhere around there. That's when I'm recording this. I just had to figure out the order of which I want to do this. Now, let's see. We already have Bakugo in here. Let's replay. Oh, yeah, that's right. Not Botan. Ida's gonna be where. Okay, this is gonna be a little harder. Let's see. Tetsu, we're taking him out of the equation. And we are putting Hiei there. We are putting Hiei where Tetsu is. Bakugo can stay there. Mineta, who is basically, literally just Kurama, is going to be fighting against this girl. The brainwash guy is going to be taking Sero's place, and Deku and Kaminari are going to be fighting in the first round. Now, Botan is going against those guys. Let's see. Okay. Now, Kaminari. These two would step into the ring. Now, as I was saying that this is going to be an interesting match because Kaminari has essentially found a way to use his lightning, kind of like how Deku uses his energy. President Mike would ask him to go on about this, and he would say that, I heard during the 2 weeks, Deku took them to go train with Genkai. So, Kaminari's essentially got a prototype of the spirit gun, let's say, but he doesn't use his spirit energy, he uses his quirk. Now then, he can essentially shoot lightning from his fingertips at Deku. But he has a more powerful version of it he calls his Thunderbolt. Now, him and Deku would step into the ring. Deku would tell Kaminari that it doesn't matter what he tries to do against him. He's gone against someone exactly like Kaminari, and it's not going to work. Kaminari would shoot Deku with a lot of lightning. He would scream out in pain, but he would shoot Kaminari. And Kaminari would wear Deku down because Deku's just taking full-on damage. It would get to the point where Aizawa actually thinks that Kaminari is going to win. Now, Deku would have been able to tell Kaminari that he can show him what a real Thunderbolt looks like. Kaminari tells him that he does not see that happening. Deku would then immediately just raise his hand, saying that if he thinks about it, well, don't you remember? My quirk is willpower. If I deem it to be possible, then it can be possible. Now, Deku is concentrating. Kaminari, he's really interested to see what Deku's trying to do, but he is also very interested to see what Deku's going to do. Well, he wants to attack Deku, but he kind of can't, because he is very curious at what's going on. Now, a lot of people see that Kaminari he put up his hands, but he kind of then he was about to start running toward Deku, but he didn't. Now then, after this, Deku would eventually get a bolt of lightning to hit him. Now, as soon as he gets hit by the bolt of lightning, you hear the crowd scream because they think they have to call the match. This is whenever Kaminari would be horrified seeing that Deku just caught lightning. Deku would then throw it at him, shocking him to the point where he goes into his whole thumbs up Saitama mode. He he would then just walk out of the ring. Now, a lot of people are staring at Deku because he literally just caught a lightning bolt and threw it at somebody. A lot of people are impressed, but some people are actually scared to see what Deku can do. Now, Shinsho versus Todoroki. Yeah, no. He's out. Now then. Kaminari. Kurama versus this. I think her name was. That's weird. I thought I knew her name. But she would try and do the whole. She's going to attack him with vines, but he would immediately just rip through them with his rose whip, grab her with one, and just toss her out of the ring. Now, after that, the whole walking advertisement thing for Ida still happens. Mina versus... Let's see. Mina versus Ochako. Mina would win. Actually, no. Hiei would go up against Ida. Ida would lose. Mina goes up against Botan. She would win against Botan. Oh crap, this whole timeline is messing my brain up. Okay. She's going up against Tetsu Tetsu. Tetsu Tetsu would lose. Kirishima is going up against... Oh god, this is hard in my brain. Kirishima is going up against... Let's see. Deku had a fight. Hiei had a fight. Kurama had a fight. Mina just had a fight. Deku, Mina. Okay. Kirishima would be going up against the ad girl. Kirishima would win. Ochako versus Bakugo. Bakugo would win because he is stronger and he can actually keep her at a distance with his spirit bow and arrow. Now, Deku versus Todoroki. I think you all know where this is going. Todoroki would immediately try and cover the entire stadium with ice, but Deku would just immediately blast away with his spirit gun. Now, as soon as Deku blasts it away, one of the blasts would almost hit Todoroki, and Todoroki would dodge. Now, Todoroki is saying that he is going to beat Deku, and it doesn't matter what he does. He is not going to use his fire side. Deku would say that, oh, that's fine. I'm going at about 20% myself, actually. He would get mad and yell at Deku for holding back. Deku would just say that if he's not trying, then he's not trying either. He would then create 2 other clones of himself, and he would just sit down in the ring, saying that these 2 have 10% of my power each. So you'll be fighting them until you get serious. Deku would then sit there as he watches these 2 go at Todoroki. Todoroki is having trouble because he's trying to use one side of his power to hold off 2 people, which does not sound like a lot of trouble, but it might actually be, because he'd have to turn his entire body one side to attack one, while the other one is moving around. Now, after that does happen, this is whenever Deku would get really bored, saying that Todoroki needs to get serious. That he's gonna wind up just like Endeavor if he keeps going like this. Todoroki would scream that he's nothing like his father, and Deku would say that that's the person, that's it, that's right there, right there. There it is. Stop being such a tryhard. You try so much to be so powerful and so above everyone with only half of your power. You take it for granted. I had to die to get my power. Now look at you. Somebody born with it, too scared to even try. I have a question. How does that burn feel? How does it feel to be Endeavor's son? Todoroki get really mad by this, because that's some pretty serious. That burn is harder to deal with than his scar, actually. Anyways, yeah, Deku would get Todoroki to use his fire side. These two clones would be killed in the fight and returned to Deku. Now, I say killed very, very loosely. Now then, as soon as that does happen, this is whenever Deku would just fire a shotgun blast at Todoroki. And he would then do a heavenly arrow, shooting Todoroki directly in both of the arms, and actually knock him out of the ring, as he is then hit by 2 bolts of electricity, basically. And he is out. Now, Kurama and Hiei. I want to say that Hiei might win, but Kurama might also be the winner. Because he said that he doesn't want to fight him, Kurama himself. That's why he made him an ally. Now, see, Hiei's faster. Kurama. Let's see. I want to say Hiei would probably overpower him with a Jagan Eye, and eventually have to show off his power. He would say that he's guessing he has to do this, and as soon as he would have put his arm up, Kurama would have just walked out of the ring, forfeiting. Now people are confused, but this is whenever Hiei just takes a breath of relief, and he would win. Mina versus Botan. Wait. Botan. Wait. What? Oh, yeah, no, I know what I mean now. Mina versus... Oh, crap. Mina versus... I want to say Momo, but that might not be right with what I said earlier. Crap. Okay, let's see. I replaced... Okay, whatever I said, I don't exactly remember who's fighting because I'm trying to keep track of all this in my head. This is not working out very well for me. But Mina, I want to say she went up against... Botan, but that probably might not have been right. So let's say she went up against somebody else. And then in the quarterfinals, she would have gone up against Botan, and she would eventually have beat Botan. Now, Kirishima, he would win. Yeah, that's not really going to work. Bakugo would win, because since he doesn't have his explosions and his personality is a bit different, he would have told Ochako that she needs to step out of the ring, because if she doesn't, he's going to seriously have to fight her. Ochako would have been... She would have just said that they did all that training over those 2 weeks, so she wants him to fight her seriously. He would then create a spirit. Uh, let's see. He would create like a spirit. Hmm. Crap. He'd create like spirit boxing gloves, like of spirit energy around his hands, and he would go to fight her. Now, she can actually control how much her quirk is, so her quirk is now just called gravity. So she can make things lighter and a bit heavier. She would try to make Bakugo heavier, but Bakugo would just throw off his jacket and blast her with spirit energy. It would get to the point where he blasted her with enough spirit energy to knock her out of the ring. And she would be knocked out of the ring. Deku versus Hiei. Ooh, that's a sour one. Now, Deku and Hiei would immediately step into the ring, and everyone would be confused because these two are staring each other down without saying a single word. Deku would just immediately take off his shirt and start stretching his muscles. Hiei would have done the same thing. Now, Deku would then get into a stance and actually go to fight Hiei. But as soon as he got into a stance, these two would both disappear. Now, everyone can hear them in the ring, but they can't see them. And this is whenever Aizawa would say that a fourth of the students in Class 1A, if not all of them, can move at such high speeds that they become invisible to the human eye. Now, everyone who can train with them can actually tell that that's not true because they can somewhat make them out. So, Deku and Hiei, they actually are fighting on par. Deku would have been able to overpower Hiei and actually end up using Shotgun Blast on him and blinding him with his Dragon Eye by actually just, he would have been, I want to say Pocket Sand to be funny and reference King of the Hill, but that'd be stupid. Because I don't watch King of the Hill. Anyways. Yeah, that works. Deku would have gone high enough into the air, and let's say he was creating a bubble of spirit energy as they were moving. So, he essentially has an entire ball full of air and dust particles. Whenever him and Hiei got close enough, Deku would have actually blown this into his Hagan Eye and actually punch him out of the ring. Because as soon as you blind that eye, Hiei essentially becomes powerless from what Kurama has stated. Now, Mina versus Bakugo. Mina at 40%, 45% would actually be able to overpower Bakugo after a prolonged fight. And they would win. And the finale. Deku and her would be fighting. And this is whenever they were both... Deku would be fighting her very evenly and on par. And he's actually trying against her. But she is eventually overpowered because Deku, as soon as he would have tried creating multiple clones of himself and trying out the hybrid energy technique again, she would have been able to not counter it, but she would have done what Deku did by taking her shoes off, putting them on her hands, and she would have charged one for all in one of her fingers, and tried blasting Deku out of the ring, but that wouldn't work very well because Deku would immediately just blast the spirit gun, making him come back into the ring. And Mina would have a broken finger. Now, this is whenever she would actually try doing what Arcane Deku did against Todoroki by blasting her fingers and breaking them at Deku. And anytime he would try to get close enough to her to actually fight her hand to hand, she would have used her actual acid, which I kind of have been mentioning throughout this entire What If. Now, as soon as that happened, this is whenever Ow. This is whenever Deku would have actually forced her to the point where she cannot use her fingertips anymore, or her fingers at all. Now, Deku would have then fired a spirit gun directly at her, and he would have made it to where it won't pierce through her body, but whenever she tries guarding against it, she is essentially being pushed back by it, and then Deku would just fire shotgun blast at her, forcing her out of the ring. If you've ever seen, I can save that for another part. Anyways, if you guys have ever seen a basic Dragon Ball episode where they would knock their opponent into the ground and they would fire ki blast at them while they think that they're not on guard. That's basically what Deku's doing, but he's essentially breaking her guard and pushing her back. Now, after that, she would be out and Deku would be crowned winner of the sports festival. Now, I have an idea of what to do for Season 2's sports festival for this What If, but I'm going to have to save that. Now, yeah, we're at the end of this point. So, I would like to bring this up again, but I have a very small audience of people, and I would like to know if you guys would like me to put this series. Basically, I can focus on a new series, but have this be my secondary series, where yeah, sorry, anyways, I can have this be my secondary series, what comes out every 1 or 2 days, but I can have a primary What If, where I focus on that story for a while, and I will record this story about every few days. I can watch the anime. Now, would you guys like me to start on my What If Deku had 10 quirks? What if Deku had Spinels' abilities? What if Deku had Zohan's powers? And I believe there was a fourth one, which was what if Deku was the Void? There it is. And if you guys don't know what the Void is, it's one of the Sentry's powers from Marvel. And the Sentry is basically a Marvel's version of Superman. So if you guys would like me to cover those what ifs, I would like to know in the comments below this video. So if you guys are interested in watching that,